Good afternoon. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is another Miles, aka 2 Degrees from CDL. Hopefully, everybody's having a blessed, productive day so far at this moment. I'm headed back home. Well, I'm in Missouri right now, so I'm gonna lay over in Missouri tonight, and then I'll be back in Georgia early tomorrow afternoon. So it's a 3-day trip all around. Dropped off the load in Indiana, had to come to Iowa and pick up another load to take it back to our home base in Columbus, Georgia. So smooth overall. The truck is working well, no issues at all. Thank goodness. I talked to my transportation manager while I was in Iowa. He said they're still be working on getting me another truck. My truck was the only one that had depth issues as well. There was a few more other trucks at the other locations that were down as well. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to having another truck. I definitely can't wait. But I'll be in St. Louis in a few hours, so just trying to get through that traffic. It's not as bad as like Nashville or Atlanta, but traffic is still traffic. We all know that traffic is still traffic. So yeah, I'm just coasting, and then once I get there, I'll get settled in, work out. Of course, I'm gonna eat good as well, work out, and do some more reading. Definitely enjoying reading a lot more lately. Reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. Y'all make sure y'all check out that book. I'm actually going to read it twice. A lot of things in that book I'm already implementing. Like I said, but you all definitely need to get that book so you can know exactly what's going on. And like I said, also just self-improvement. Improve yourself. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Self-improvement. So today, I want to talk to you all about the food and beverage industry. Shout out to all my drivers that's in the food and beverage industry. I salute you. I salute you all the way. Definitely keep doing your thing out there. But I had a hiring event. It was a hiring event with Sysco. So yeah, the Sysco down in LaGrange, they were looking for drivers, and I'm like, all right, cool. On their advertisement, it says, hey, we're working with recent grads. You just got out of CDL school. All right, cool, that's no problem. We will bring you on board. We will bring you on board. Like, all right, that sounds good. I had already submitted everything, had my paperwork. I already submitted. They gave me the date on when the hiring event was going to take place. So I'm like, all right, cool. This was back in February. And got to the hiring event. Sysco, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. That hiring event was so unorganized. Everybody was just it was a lot of people, first and foremost. It was a lot of people out there at that hiring event for Sysco. I'm like, man, what's really going on out here? It was one of those things where you take a ticket, you just wait in line type of event. Not really want to take no ticket, but it was a lot of people out there, and it was cold too. It was cold and rainy. Got out there. It had to be almost about 30 of us out there, and they only had like 2 trucks. So I'm just just like, man, like they really, this how y'all really running it? Like y'all got all these people out here. You just got 2 trucks, and you just think that's gonna get people just. You think that was a good method? You know, y'all didn't think about having more trucks with more people, but they just had 2 trucks out there, and they were just doing backing maneuvers. So you know, we're all just sitting there still. You know, everybody's waiting for their name to be called to go in for the interview. I mean, it was waiting and waiting and waiting. They was like, yeah, it's gonna be a while. It is gonna be a while. So if y'all want to go back to your cars and everything, you know, and we'll come out the building, we'll yell your name out, and we'll let you know when it's time for you to interview. And I'm like, yeah, yell our names out, like really? Like this is what we're really doing? But it's like, all right, cool. I'm still like, hey, I need a job. I need a trucking job, man. I'm like, hey, if you wanna scream our names out so we can come inside the building, hey, by all means, I'm all for it. So time just kept rolling by. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it seems like nothing's going on. Like, all right, what's really going on? So I get out my truck and I walk back towards the building. And I was talking with some guy who's out of LaGrange. He was up there, you know, like I said, of course, just like everybody else trying to get a trucking job. I think he said he had a temp job when he was driving with UPS for a little bit, and then I think he was doing doubles. He was doing doubles for UPS, and they just had their layoffs and everything, and then I'm laying him off. But we were talking for a little bit, and I get back up. Like I said, we get back up there, and one guy came out, and he was like, man, if you ain't got 6 months of food and industry experience, they ain't about to hire you. They're not about to interview you. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's not what the advertisement said. The advertisement said we will hire recent graduates. So I'm standing around, even though people are leaving, and I'm there, and I'm just like, man, what's really going on, man? I'm like, that's not what y'all advertisement said. Like I needed some answers, man. Like, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one out there who didn't have driving experience, because everybody out there, they appear to, be in the industry for a while, but even them, a lot of them didn't have, food and beverage experience, like in the food industry. They didn't have that type of experience, And I talked to one of the reps from Sysco. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I'm like, when I applied for this job, and I spoke with one of the representatives from Sysco, they told me that they were hiring, recent graduates down even in the LaGrange area. That's why I got sent. That's why they told me to go ahead and come on up here. His response was, yeah, there was a mistake in the advertisement, and we're only hiring new graduates in the Atlanta area, not in LaGrange. And he's like, yeah, we're sorry about that. Like, yeah, we saw a lot of people. We realized a lot of people came up here and they didn't have food and beverage experience, so a lot of people got turned away. And I kept it together. I said, I'm very professional, so I'm not the type that's gonna spaz out with somebody. But in the back of my mind, I'm all type of thoughts. I just thank you, sir. Definitely felt defeated. Definitely felt deflated. It's like, man, like, what is really going on out here? Like, how? Like, that's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake that was made on that advertisement. And I say that because people were driving from everywhere. I came from Columbus. Like I said, it was in Stone Mountain. That's where they had the hiring event, in Stone Mountain. I drove from Columbus, and Columbus is 2 hours away from Stone Mountain. You had people that drove from Macon. You had people that drove from I saw one guy who drove from Augusta, North Georgia, around the Dalton area. Another guy came from Macon. I think I said Macon already. One guy came from Albany. Like, people were just, no matter where you was coming from, it's like, man, like, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, man, you don't know if this was somebody else's last dime to get up here. Like you just don't know anybody's circumstances. Like, and it's like, man, like, y'all are really just, that's a big ball to drop. That just really is. It's like, man, like, I understand, you know, human error, but man, that was a big human error. It's like, man, y'all could have followed up and called people like, hey, do you have 6 months in the food and beverage industry as a driver? Like, that could have easily been cleared up or something. But to just, man, y'all got people out here running red lights in Missouri, and I'm honking my horn and stuff. But to just be, I think it was just, that was a big ball to drop. I don't know the words to really say. Like, I'm driving now for a company, and I'm still speechless from that interview. Like, well, I didn't even get the interview, but I'm still speechless just from how they run their operations. And I'm not saying that this is the case for everybody in Sysco. Like, I'm not saying that this is the case in other locations. But that Stone Mountain area and those people who was up there, oh man, they know, like, that was a big ball that they dropped. Like, because out of the 30 people that were up there, I think maybe about like half of us left. Like, half of us left, man. Like, maybe even less than that. But it was a huge number. It's like, man, like, people drove up here. Like I said, you know, you don't know people's circumstances. They may have took that may have been that last dollar that had to pay a bill. And that job may have been like, hey, if I don't get this job, man, like, my lights gonna get turned off. And it's just like, man, what do? You just go back to the drawing board. I think the thing for me is, like I said, I was still working. Like I said, you know, I'm still working. I was still working doing my probation job for the state, and I was still doing my part-time law enforcement stuff at GWCC, Georgia World Congress Center up in Atlanta. So I still had options, but like I say, you know, I'm out of CDL school. You know, since November the 28th, I'm ready to drive. I'm ready to transition. Like, I was ready to move on to something else. And I didn't, like, it didn't make me just not want to be a truck driver. But I definitely, it was definitely one of those things where it's like, man, what do I have to do? Like, what do I have to, like, all I want to do is drive. And it's like, you got Sysco up here making false advertisement. They'll hire you with as a recent grad, and all of a sudden they reneged on it. Oh no, we not hiring recent grads. Like, you got to have 6 months. It was a glitch. It's like, no, man, don't tell me that. Man, I don't tell no driver that, man. So yeah, it was definitely that was a frustrating day. That was a frustrating day. I rode back home to Columbus, Georgia, very pissed off. I was definitely pissed off, because it's like, once again, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, all right, I'm already, like I said, I'm always plotting stuff. All right, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna do Sysco at night, because that's what the position was for. I'm gonna do Sysco at night, and I'm gonna do my probation job during the day. God was like, nah, no, you're not. not doing that job at all. And you know what? It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you know what? Everything, of course, like I said, you know, everything definitely worked out for a reason. But yeah, that was definitely, you know, that was a deflating moment. Hopefully at this moment, you know, Sysco, you know, they in the job description, you know, moving forward, you know, outline what it really is that you're looking for as far as the requirements. Like, if we gotta have 6 months, you know, then specify that. And if it's recent grads, you know, really specify that as well. Because, like I said, you know, people get their hopes up, and then, you know, when they get there, and it's a major letdown for them. Like I said, that was definitely a major letdown for me. Yeah, that was just a big human error. That was a big human error. But like I said, it was definitely a learning experience. I just got right back to the drawing board and just kept applying for jobs. You know, that's all that I could do. You know, I thank God that I was already working. You know, in the field that I was in at the time. So, you know, I'm definitely grateful for that. But, you know, like I said, I know a lot of people, you know, who are out there that had just left, you know, previous trucking jobs that they were at. Now that's crazy. Like, I ain't leaving no job unless I got something else lined up. But you got some people that just like, yeah, man, I just left my job last week, you know, so hopefully I can get something going on over here. And they were some of the ones who were told, if you didn't have 6 months of food industry experience, you know, you couldn't drive. So just seeing some of those guys, you know, having to leave, you know, who had just quit their jobs the week before because they're thinking that, you know, hey, we ain't hot, like, you know, you don't have to have any experience. That's what the script said. No experience needed. You know, we'll hire you and we'll train you. So those guys, you know, they definitely got to start all the way over. Because, like, man, they put their eggs in one. They put all their eggs in one basket. So, you know, now, you know, it's like, man, what do you do when you go home and you got responsibilities? You gotta look at your wife or your girlfriend, your kids, and you let them know, like, hey, that job that I thought I had with Sysco, I ain't qualified. That's something hard to swallow. So yeah, hopefully at this point, you know, Sysco moving forward, you know, they got better HR specialists up in that office, man. You know, making sure that, you know, whatever it is that, you know, the recruiters are looking for at that moment, you know, that is specified in the requirements. So if you're looking for somebody with 6 months experience, put that in there. If you're willing to look at somebody who doesn't have any experience, you know, specify that as well. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. Like I said, I'm gonna keep it on in the middle of the road. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe to the video. Anybody from Sysco who drives for Sysco right now, let me know how things are going, and, you know, if it's something that, you know, you would recommend other drivers or potential drivers, you know, to come over and work in the food and beverage industry. But until next time, God bless. Y'all take care.